every human being can know God personally. Hindus also worship other divinities. Each divinity has distinct powers and areas of responsibility. For example, Lord Ganesha is the remover of obstacles, Saraswati is the goddess of knowledge, and Hanuman is the god of service and devotion. Each Hindu freely chooses the deities he or she wishes to worship. Dharma is a cardinal concept in Hinduism. It includes righteousness, truth, sacred law, ethics, duty, justice, religion, and the laws of nature. Dharma means that which upholds. The dharmic principle of ahimsa or non-violence is important to this day. Mahatma Gandhi led India's independence in 1947 using non-violent means such as peaceful protests, boycotts, strikes, and speeches that aroused the nation to throw off British rule. He once said, "Non-violence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction devised by the ingenuity of man." In the 1950s, Martin Luther King Jr. understood the power of Gandhi's methods and went to India to meet his followers. He later applied those methods to fight for and win civil rights for America's black minority. In the same way, Cesar Chavez won rights for the farm workers of California. Gandhi also inspired Nelson Mandela in his fight for freedom and racial equality in South Africa. Today, everyone knows about the Hindu concept of karma, the law of cause and effect. It means that anything a person does, whether good or bad, will eventually return to him in this or a future life. A popular way of expressing this is, what goes around comes around. Reincarnation is the central Indian belief that the soul, Atman, is reborn in a new body time and time again to grow and mature through all the experiences human life has to offer. Eventually, every soul achieves salvation by realizing its oneness with God and is no longer reborn. Hindus do not believe in a Satan or an eternal hell. Worship is central to a Hindu's life. So, every Hindu home has a place of worship. It may be as simple as a shelf with pictures of deities, or an entire room dedicated to the family's daily worship. A worship ceremony called puja, performed elaborately or very simply every day in the temple or in the home shrine, invokes the divine beings for blessings and happiness. The puja ceremony includes sacred chanting, bathing the image of the deity, offering food, flowers, incense, and other sacred substances, and the waving of lights. Hindus practice yogic disciplines every day called sadhana. Sitting on the floor, often in a yoga posture, they chant, sing devotional hymns, repeat the name of God while counting on beads, or simply meditate in stillness and silence. The temple is revered as the home of God. There are millions of temples in India, many quite ancient. The most important of these mystically designed structures cover hundreds of acres and receive thousands of pilgrims each day. Every Hindu is expected to pilgrimage to temples and holy places far and wide. These pilgrimages unify the religion as tens of millions of people travel throughout the subcontinent and interact. Hinduism has a rich history of sages and saints, both men and women from all castes. Some of the great saints wrote detailed explanations of the Upanishads and related scriptures, such as Adi Shankara in the 8th century CE, Ramanuja in the 11th, and Vallabhacharya in the 15th. Others, including Sambandar, Mirabai, and Tukaram, expressed their experience of God through devotional songs. Recent saints include Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, Anandamayi Ma, Swami Narayan, and Shirdi Sai Baba. Millions of Swamis and other saintly souls make up the spiritual leadership within Hinduism. Swamis have renounced the world and taken up spiritual life full-time. Special among these are the gurus, enlightened men and women who serve as religious teachers. Some gurus have millions of followers, others are humble hermits. Hinduism has no central organization and no single dogma. No one person or institution is in charge. Instead, there are thousands of independent guru lineages, spiritual traditions, monastic orders, and religious institutions. Hindu festivals. Hindus love festivals and enthusiastically celebrate many holy days each year. The biggest is called Diwali or Deepavali, the festival of lights. This 5-day event, held around the new moon in October or November, celebrates the victory of good over evil, light over darkness. Thousands of small lamps, including traditional clay oil lamps, are placed everywhere, and fireworks signal hope for mankind. It is a national holiday in India and in many countries with large Hindu populations. Barack Obama was the first US president to celebrate Diwali in the White House.
Dia, and wish you all a happy Diwali and a Saal Mubarak.
Asatoma Satkamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityodma Amrutangamaya Shanti 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 Hari.
One special festival, the Kumbh Mela, takes place every 3 years at 4 sacred river sites. The 2013 Kumbh Mela was held at Prayag, which is modern-day Allahabad, in northern India. During the 6 weeks, 130 million people pilgrimaged there from all across India and the world. On one day alone, 30 million pilgrims were present. It was the largest human gathering ever held on earth. Hinduism has persisted for thousands of years because the dharma, faith, and culture have instilled in each Hindu a unique and strong sense of identity, family, and spiritual purpose. It endures because it is a dynamic religion which gives complete freedom of practice, accepts that there are many ways to worship God, and provides festivals, temples, pilgrimages, gurus, and scriptures to illumine the path, thereby celebrating life itself. We hope that this documentary has increased your understanding of Hinduism and its history. Namaste.
अथ गुरुपरम्परा वन्दना सदाशिवसमारम्भां नन्दिनाथ सुनन्दितां तिरुमूलारसिद्धान्त तेजोरश्मिप्रकाशिताम्
The first section is entitled Introduction. Hindus in the West are sometimes invited to give a talk explaining their religion at a local college, schoolroom, interfaith group, or even a Christian church. Some have confided to me that they do not feel qualified to give such a presentation. There is clearly a need for an authentic, non-academic introduction to Hinduism that can be presented with confidence on such occasions. I prepared this publisher's desk, drawn from our book, What is Hinduism?, as a broad summary of our faith that can be drawn upon to properly educate others in the basics of Hinduism, minus all the misconceptions and myths. You can get the text here, www.himalayanacademy.com/readlearn/basics. If you ask Google what is Hinduism as of June 2019, you will get some 294 million results. Many are from outsiders offering their best take. Many are from antagonists taking their best shot. Too few are knowledgeable. Fewer still are authentic. Rare is the answer that goes beyond parochial sectarian understandings. Scarcely any encompasses the huge gamut implied in the question. For these reasons alone, this introduction to Hinduism was